Hey Freedom Family, I'm Mark, and I'm so glad you're here at _Freedom for Life _ where we have honest conversations that are real, that are challenging, that are uplifting, that are sometimes scary, but are always honest and always authentic. If you've ever had a part of one of our classes, one of our teachings, even one of our conversations here, you'll hear this word free or freedom. And there was a class I was teaching this week, and one of the people in the class, one of the students had this question. She said this, she said, how do you know when you're free? Well, today we're going to have that honest, that real conversation on how you know when you're free. So let's get started, shall we? And as we're getting started today, could you do me a favor? Could you subscribe and become part of the Freedom family? Be a part of these real conversations, these challenging, these victorious conversations that we're having. And hit the notification button so that you can be a part of all those conversations with us. So here's the question. It's how do you know when you're free? In all of the teachings that we have, whether it's Life Mastery, it's Freedom Basics, it's Next Steps, and in a multitude of things that we're giving you as resources and tools and revelations for you to live out your life, there's always this phrase that we're talking about, right? It's walking in the freedom that you have. We use a scripture, it's John 8:36. It's a core scripture of everything we do, and it said this in that word. It says that he who the Son sets free is free indeed. And so it's not surprising that this person in one of my classes said, okay, you're talking about freedom, you're saying that we can be free, that's the goal of our life, but how do I know when I'm free? And in having all those conversations, you can get the impression that freedom happens in a moment, that there's this one singular time that from that point forward, oh my gosh, I'm completely free and there is no work, no journey, no challenge that I need to walk in. And frankly, that's what I would love as well. That was my hope when I started walking my freedom journey, when I started getting healed, right when I was starting to discover for myself who I was created to be and the life that I was created for and overcoming everything that was standing in the way. I wanted it to be this miracle moment, you know, that magical moment where everything else slips away and I'm completely free from that point on. But nothing could be further from the truth. And the challenge in having that mindset was for me and maybe for this person who asked the question, the challenge is that it gives the impression that if you're not perfect, it doesn't count. As if I'm not completely free 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, then I really have no freedom in my life at all. And nothing could be further from the truth. The truth of the matter is that freedom isn't a moment, it is a journey. There are moments within the journey where I get to look at myself and see that things have changed, but it's a journey over time. So how do you know if you're free? Well, one of the ways you can know if you're free is if the things that used to stress you out before aren't stressing you out as much anymore. The lies that you used to believe, you're not believing any longer. The things that used to bring anxiety and fear and worry, right? Whether it's your bills or it's a relationship or it's a conversation or an interaction or whatever it is. So in my life, how do I know when I'm free? How do I know that I am free? For me, it's the fact that I don't react the way I used to. Or I don't hide from the uncomfortable things that I used to hide from. Or I don't hurt people with the words that I say and the actions that I take like I used to. Really, freedom looks like a journey, but it really looks like me going backwards to move forwards in that I look at the way I used to be compared to the reactions, the responses, the emotions, the desires, the passions that I have right now, and I can tell that I'm much farther along in the journey. Sometimes we look at the destination of being completely free, nothing bothering me at any time, nothing impacting me in a negative way at any circumstance, and we think that we're not free because I haven't reached that place yet. The truth of the matter is you're farther along the journey of your freedom than you think you are. And sometimes we're looking for that marquee moment where everything is fresh and new and we don't realize that we are 70, 80, 90% of the way there because the person we used to be, we don't see showing up anymore. And the person that we desire to be and believe that we're created to be, we see showing up more and more in our lives. And just to be honest and transparent, I'm not perfect at it. There are moments where I do see the old me showing up in ways that I'm not proud of, whether it's anger or worry or anxiousness. The difference between freedom now and bondage then is that now I have recognition of those things before they actually have a chance of manipulating my life, and I have the tools to walk in freedom, not to have to be given over to anxiousness, to insecurity, to anger, to the things that used to not just manage but own my life. There's a celebration that you should be taking because of where you're at right now. And in that place, you'll see more and more of the person that is free, the you that you were created to be, as we say, being lived out. How do I know that I'm free? I know that I'm free because I see more of the person I was created to be and less of the person I used to be. And I know you do too. If you're in this journey for any length of time, if you've grabbed any of these tools or trainings or teachings, any of these courses that we have, and implemented them in your life, I know that you are that person that's walking closer to freedom than you are to hurt and lies in the bondage that you used to walk into. How do you know that you're free? Because the you that you are supposed to be shows up more. And in that place, I hope you're inspired to continue to walk it out. I don't worry about those moments that I'm not free, that I don't walk in the fullness of who I'm created to be. I celebrate the multitude of times that I do. And in that place, I see that mark showing up more and more often. And if you will have that perspective, you'll see that as well. You're closer to freedom than you think. You're closer to being free completely than you ever could have imagined. Who the Son sets free is free indeed. You are free indeed because you're not who you used to be. You're much closer to who you were created to be. That's worth celebrating. So celebrate your freedom and see it continue to manifest in your life more and more. Hey, my name is Mark, and I'm glad you're here at _Freedom for Life _ where we will have real conversations that are sometimes challenging, sometimes victorious, but always honest and always authentic. I'm glad you're here. Down below in the comment, let me know an area where you're walking in your freedom or you're desiring to see more of it in your life. Hit that like button. Let us know something we're talking about here is resonating with you. Do me a favor. If you want to know more about how to be free in your own life, how to have those tools, those truth, the courses and the training that you are supposed to have to walk out that freedom journey of your life, we have the course called Life Mastery. I have the link down below. If you hit that link, you'll be able to go to our website and see all of the amazing things we're doing with it. It's a step-by-step course that helps you to discover who you're created to be so you can have the life you're created for and overcome everything that's standing in the way of your freedom. Be a part of that conversation. Join that course and be a part of that community and share this teaching for somebody that you know who's walking in the journey but maybe thinks that they're more in bondage than they actually are and they're more free than they could have imagined. And at the end of the day, if you do nothing else, dominate your day.